Hello, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel, and this is the weekly angel card reading for the week beginning Monday the 10th of April through to the 17th of April. Now I've said the 17th deliberately because I'm running through to the following Monday. I'm doing that because it's the Easter weekend, I'm going to be away. So I'll start next week, the one I'm reading for now, running into the start of next week. And then I'll launch the video for the following week on the Monday when I get back. So hopefully that works for you. I figure a lot of you are living in countries that observe Easter, so you'll be on holiday anyway. So Monday's kind of part of this week anyway, right? Now, first of all, you'll notice I'm outside. This is probably an experiment I will come to regret, but I thought I'd try it for something different. It is the most beautiful autumn day here. We've had a lot of rain lately. I wanted to celebrate that, and it's going to be inside a lot from here on in. I'm a bit sick of having to sit against painted walls and things and clean out the room a bit before I do my video. So I thought, why not let Mother Nature be my backdrop today? So now, to allow for that, the fact that I'm doing an extra day, it is going to be a long reading, so I have pre-shuffled the cards already and drawn them. So that means less time of you watching me shuffle and more time of you listening to me. So we're starting with Monday, and what I've got down here is surrender and release. Spoiler alert, this is a big theme coming up, okay? So surrender and release is about letting the universe drive. Sometimes we like to think that we're in charge. Actually, we're not. It's sort of a delusion that we hold. The universe is in charge, and yes, you get to steer wherever you want to go, but ultimately, if things aren't working for you, maybe it's because they're not meant to be. I'm not talking about the temporary hurdles you get when you're trying to create something or manifest. I'm talking about when you're constantly getting roadblocks. That's when you have to start asking yourself questions. Is this actually right for me? Maybe I just need to back off for a bit. We're in Mercury retrograde now, and that's really not a good time for pushing forward with things. It's a time for sitting back and taking stock. What's not working for me? Where do I want to go next? And just sort of doing like a kind of an audit, I guess you could say, of your life. It's also about understanding that when you're in flow, that's normally because things are working for you, not trying to force them to happen. So surrender to the universe and stop trying to push shit uphill with a rake, if I could put it that way. So now to Tuesday. Yeah, this was not a good idea. I'm going to keep going with it anyway. I'm going to end up with a very sore arm. Life review, so perfect. I just talked about this in the Mercury retrograde. We need to take a step back and look at where we're going, what's not working for you. Now, during a retrograde, that means things are coming back. So when Venus is in retrograde, as it also is right now, until April the 15th, that's a focus on your romantic relationships. So you might find an ex has come out of the woodwork. You might find that issues in your relationship that have been there from the beginning that have gone away are now coming back. And I know that sounds like a curse, but it's actually a good thing because things come up so that we can clear them. So it's a really good thing. And with Mercury, not really about romantic relationships, it's more about friendships. Old friends come back. Now, just because people come back doesn't mean you have to be their friend again. It might mean that it's coming back in order for you to move past what happened, for you to forgive them, and then that will shift, and they'll either fall away or you will strike up a new friendship, whatever it is. So look at where you're hurting. That's the most important thing. And what can you do about that? Is it because you're still angry at someone? Well, what does that actually serve? Makes you feel vindicated, I know, because you're suffering, and of course you should suffer because it was a horrible thing that happened, right? Well, unfortunately, you're not here to suffer. Fortunately, you're not here to suffer. So if you are suffering at your own choice, that's really something you might want to reflect on and choose to move past, because the universe certainly isn't making you suffer. I know that what happened was horrible, but you can't stay in that place of being angry, because it doesn't hurt the other person, it just hurts you. And all you can do is learn the lesson and move on. Let karma take care of the rest. Sometimes that doesn't happen in this lifetime, unfortunately it happens in the next, but you just have to trust that is how it's meant to be. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, work, rest and play. Always makes me think of that old Mars commercial. Now, you're working too hard, basically, if I could summarise it like that. And it's about reminding you need to have fun. Fun is not just for kids, fun is for all of us. And it's not a waste of your time to go and do something silly or frivolous. And I know a lot of us are trying to get through a lot of work right now because there is a long weekend coming, but there's still an opportunity for you to try and squeeze something frivolous into your day, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes of running somewhere or colouring in or something like that serves no real purpose. Laughter is a big one here. If you can watch something funny, take some time out, that would be a good thing. Laughter is incredibly restorative to your energy field on all levels, so definitely make time for that. And sometimes the things that we're struggling with can be resolved by laughter. I don't mean they go away, but I mean that our energy can change and then we look at them differently. Thursday, we've got prosperity, direct repeat of what we had last Sunday, I believe. So, and it's letting you know that your financial needs are being taken care of. It doesn't mean that some mystery benefactor is going to sweep in and pay all your bills. You've still got to pay your bills, soz. It just means that you need to stop worrying that you're not going to have enough. Sometimes people get really resentful every time they pay a bill or pay their taxes because they think, oh, that's money that I could have had. Well, here's the deal. You have to give in order to receive. And that doesn't mean that you're going to suddenly get lots of money just because you happen to pay your utilities or your power bill. It just means that money's not something you can hold on to. It's an energy. It needs to flow. You don't become rich by holding on to money, despite what conventional wisdom says. You don't become rich by letting go of all of it either, but you do need to let it flow. So you've got to pay bills. There are things you need to buy. Don't try and hold on to things because that is the way that we use money is reflective of the way we treat people. So you know people who are stingy. I've told this before, but I used to have a friend of a friend when I was at uni, and she'd invite us around for video nights, and then she'd make everybody pay 50 cents for the hire of the video. Like, if you're that tight and that cheap, you're really having problems with your with love, because if you can't even give to your friends in that way, you're really not doing too well at maintaining your friendships. I'm very sorry about the construction noise in the background as well. Yeah, this probably wasn't my best decision, this outdoor thing, was it? And I'm probably making you all dizzy by moving the camera around a bit. But anyway, so it's about abundance, knowing there is abundance. You will always have enough of what you need. The universe will always support you. And so it doesn't mean you're going to have an amazing windfall, but it means you will always have enough. And if you trust in that and go after what you want to do, it will continue to support you in that. So please don't worry about not having enough, because when you worry you don't have enough, you only attract not enough. Okay, what have we got here? Friday, Good Friday for a lot of you. Ground yourself. Perfect message as we embark on the long weekend. Come back down to earth. Spend time with the people that matter. Get away from your screens. Turn off Netflix. And ground yourself in the here and now. Be present. What can you do to really anchor yourself in your surroundings? Can you do some gardening? Gardening's a great thing to do for grounding yourself. Can you go and spend time with someone who's lonely, perhaps an elderly relative? What else can you do? Go for a walk in nature. Perfect way to ground yourself. Be around the water. Play. Again, there's a total theme here, right? So then we've got Saturday. Great ambience going on here. Saturday, lean on God and the angels for support. The angels can't help you unless you ask them for help. Please ask them for help. Do not suffer. You're not here to suffer with everything. Sometimes we get so stressed out we forget about that. We think we're alone and we tend to go, oh, poor me. Don't do that. Ask the angels for help instead. And the solution might turn up in a surprising way, so just trust in that. And what else do I need to tell you about that? Yeah, it's really just about asking for help and know that you're being supported. What else we got here? Oh, Sunday's commitment. This is a big scary word for me. Maybe a lot of others of you as well. Commitment, it just means standing by your promises. What did you promise that you would set out to do? Have you gone off track with that? Perhaps you had some visions about what you wanted to create at the start of the year and you've just really gone way off track. Come back to what you set out to do. Come back to the promises that you've made. I don't mean the promises that you've made to people who, in terms of emotional vampires or people that are being ridiculous in their demands. Those promises are okay to sever politely and nicely, perhaps by finding some middle ground and offering some sort of compromise. But commitment, what's important to you? Your kids, spending time with your kids is important. How can you honour that today? Think about the commitments that are important, your wedding vows. Are you investing enough quality time in your spouse and in your relationship? It's going to mean different things to different people. Oh, and Monday. Actually, do you know what? It's only 10 minutes now. This is actually one of the shortest readings I've ever done. Maybe I'll stop shuffling. Actually, I quite enjoy shuffling in front of you because although I'm quite awkward with it, I think it's quite helpful for you to see the cards come up naturally. But given the background noise in this, perhaps it is best that I'm rushing through it here. So release, tying directly to the first message, the card that we had, that release, surrender and release. Letting go of what's not working, letting go of a desire to control every little thing that happens, letting go of your ideas about how things should be. And I'm using inverted commas there because the word should is a bad word because it implies some set of rules that we're supposed to follow, and rules don't apply. Rules are not helpful. So values are important, sticking to your values, and you're honouring your integrity and treating people with love. But rules about having to get married and have 2.4 children and a dog in a swimming pool, not important. So let go of what's not working and what's no longer in alignment with your purpose. Perhaps you need to let go of a friendship that was really beautiful and you had amazing memories but now no longer works. That's okay, do it politely and nicely and with respect for all. Sometimes we just need to let go. This construction noise is getting so much worse. I'm glad I'm at the end. If you're watching this, it looks like I've decided to put it on air, but at the moment I'm thinking maybe I'm going to re-record this. Anyway, that's the end of the 8-day reading. I will read for you again after Easter. If you want to reach me, my website is www.onegroundedangel.com. You can book a personal reading there, and I will of course put each card on social media every day. My Instagram is @onegroundedangel, and my Facebook page is One Grounded Angel. Thank you so much for your patience through this crazy experiment. I hope you've got what you needed from it. Take care and enjoy the holidays if you are celebrating them. And even if you're not, take care of yourself and enjoy your week because you deserve it. Take care.